And we're doing all kinds of... Look at all these camera angles, man.
How many camera angles do we have right now? Because I need to know where to look.
4 camera angles? 4? Hey, welcome wherever you're at. Welcome to our FinTips video special holiday edition. Those of you that are watching before the holidays do appreciate that. We have found out that a lot of people think there's a recession coming.
Say it isn't so.
I don't know. I mean, are we not already in a recession? Did we not just have one, little one?
I don't know. The numbers change. Everything changes.
We're making it up as we go, I guess. But we wanted to give you 4 things to do before we get into a recession. Like, how can you pre-plan for that? And this isn't going to be your normal stuff either. We're not going to talk about, just, do the investment stuff. No, we're going to go into the details here. And so, Mr. Eric is number 1. What do you got?
All right. And number 1, put off unnecessary home repairs, remodels, until we step into the recession.
Amen.
The reason for that is, first of all, have the cash available because you need cash. If you go into a recession, emergency reserves, things like that. The fact that, if there's a layoff that comes into play. If you're already retired, though, think about this even more because if you have the cash, oftentimes things are going to get more affordable. Mm-hmm. You're going to have... Actually, numbers just came out. Looks like building permits are drastically dropped. So people getting building permits are dropping. Well, with those numbers coming out, that means that a lot of the people that are out there working on homes aren't going to have as much to do. So if they don't have as much to do, you might be able to get things a bit more affordable. Supply and demand may come down when it comes to housing materials, which we've seen drastic increases in recently. So a lot to consider there with just keeping some cash aside and waiting to do the big purchase.
This is an outrage, man. You look good over there. I look like hell. You look good.
I don't get to see myself. They don't let me see myself. So
hey, I would add to that also, if you're interested, think about the people that are out there working right now. They're so busy. Anything you want to get done around your house. Once that slows down a little bit and people are a little bit more hungry to do some work, there'll probably be more people as well, but you'll likely get a better deal. So put off those unnecessary remodels and stuff until we get a recession. Things are cheaper.
For sure.
Number 2, I will go with number 2 here. This goes against a little bit what I've said in the past there. Don't raise your deductible on your auto insurance and things like that right now. I have done previously a study where we shared this with clients that having the highest deductible you can afford, and if you got your dough straight, having the highest deductible actually puts the odds in your favor. And so you actually save more money over time. But I say don't put it off right now don't raise your deductible now because the replacement value of cars is rather high right now, especially if you have an electric car. But replacement value is high. So if you raise your deductible and then you get into an accident, you're going to be like, oh, that sucked. That was horrible information. Yeah. So just for the moment, don't raise your deductible now. Be on the lookout to do this. It's time to get your dough straight. Then come back once things have calmed down, prices have come down, then raise your deductible then.
Yeah, look at you with the rapid fire, just boom, boom,
bam,
boom.
bam.
Yeah, 1, 2. And with that, I just found it interesting that you said, something I said right this second. I'm going to go back on that.
Okay.
Some people just, in the finance industry don't tend to do that. If there's things that change, they just don't tend to.
No, you gotta
to change with the times, and I think that that's important to note that. Finance changes, things change, and we need to present that.
Yeah.
Some people, Dave.
Great example was when interest rates were low and people were like, don't have any debt. And it's like, come on, don't have debt at 1.5% or something ridiculous. Like if you're going to have debt, that's the time to do it. It's a generational opportunity.
Yeah.
So same thing with the deductible. It's like, realize that things cost a lot right now. Okay, I don't want to have that high deductible. I'll come back to it and lower it later.
Yes, yep. And all right, so number three, Vanguard put out a study, and Vanguard says that you should work with a retirement professional. That's not our plug. That's Vanguard putting out this full study. Now, the number's pretty crazy with this. And so it says if you have $500,000 self-managed over 25 years, it's going to be $1.7 million.
Not bad.
And, that's nice, but from a compound perspective, I think that, $500,000 over 25 years is could definitely be more. I mean, just knowing the fact of returns of the markets. And so what they say is working with a pro, $3.4 million is what you would have after any fees and after any costs.
Now, funny that that's double.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's interesting to see. And again, don't kill the messenger on this one. This was not our numbers that we threw together. This was Vanguard, So
well, I think probably part of that study is that they're factoring in the extra value they can add. Like your dollars would be worth more. Conversions, like when's the optimal time to do that? When should you take Social Security? How should you break your investments up so that some of it is still growing and some of it is nice and safe for you when you retire? I bet you some of it was that. Because I find it odd that coincidentally their study revealed an exact 100% difference.
Yeah.
Really? Like, would it be exactly that? That's a little bit weird there.
Well, and I think the thing too with this is what's interesting is the emotional play. I think that's a big one, especially right now.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of clients that I'm seeing these accounts coming in that show, all of the trendy topics or the trendy funds, the trendy or meme stocks, stuff that's coming in that you're making an emotional decision based on what you're seeing in the media. And oftentimes, yes, short term, that can feel really good and maybe you make a lot of money. But long term, you hold these things, it's like if you didn't get out, you're probably hurting right now. And so that I'm sure comes into play too.
I can't tell you how
taking
many
out the emotion,
taking out the weird,
possible.
the lottery ticket type plays, which are certainly welcome, but not with big chunks of your money. Can't tell you how many clients, we're like financial priests here, like eventually you talk to somebody long enough and they're like, oh, dude, I got to tell you about this. I bought GameStop, or they say something and you're like, all right, let's help you fix it, man.
Confession time.
Yep,
confession
I've been there.
time.
All right, let's.
What number are we on now?
Well, we said 4 things.
What is this?
I think we have more, man. This is number
4.
4. It is number 4.
Yes.
This is a shameless plug for our retirement planner, right? And the reason I'm going to say it this way is because I want everybody to just go use whatever planner you have, do whatever you like to do. You could do it here if you're one of our clients, but the big thing here is figure out exactly what you need to save for retirement and then stop. Right? If we go into a recession, we know money's getting tighter. The velocity of money is slowing down, actually. So that's something you can track through the New York Fed. The money is obviously getting tighter. It's not falling from helicopters from the government. So we want to know, what do I need to do to hit that goal? And then just stop, take the rest of your money and go save it, go do everything else you want to do with it. We're not going to be the advisors that say, you're putting enough away, but you probably should have a little cushion and put more. No, let's figure out the exact number. The data is the data, so let's go with it.
And I'll add to that too, because I actually just had some super awesome clients that came by the office and did some planning with them, and we were talking through this, and they had a little bit of credit card debt that they've compiled.
Happens.
That's one of those things that we're stepping into the recession. Maybe you don't save as much if you're already on track for where you need to be. Take care of those kind of things, because those kind of things are going to be when the job loss happens in a recession, different things happen. You're going to have this extra bill that you shouldn't have in the first place, and it's going to have a really high interest rate. So think through that. Make sure you're making the right decisions with the dough on that one.
Also, I'm going to take the Bruce Williams approach on that one and say, if you ever get in a bind and you have credit card debt, that's the first debt you don't pay, by the way. Now, people don't say that, right? You got to make good on your debts, of course. But if you ever get stuck and you're trying to decide between keeping the lights on or paying a credit card, let the credit card go. Just don't pay it. I mean, if you're familiar with Bruce Williams back in the day, he was a bit of a tough love kind of a guy, and my idol, man, the total idol there.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't want to get too sidetracked.
Sorry.
We've got the 4, but I wanted to say with that, it's interesting to say, because you can delay paying the credit card for a bit. Now, you don't want to do that forever, without a doubt, but you can have credit card debt and still keep your house.
Oh, yeah.
And not file bankruptcy. And now you get too high in credit card debt, the bankruptcy comes anyways.
Yep.
But you can keep the house if you can't pay the mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
You can't keep the house if you're paying the credit card off and not paying the house.
And I'm talking extreme circumstances here. I'm not saying just
for
voluntarily.
sure. Yeah, you're gonna get some comments.
Yeah,
on
well,
that.
you know what I'm saying. Like, worst case, we got a problem with that. Bruce Williams, man, let him toughen you up a little bit.
All right,
who's up? You?
Number 5.
Number 5, because you can. I can't.
Yes, that's exactly right. Put cash to work that's going to be used later in life and more aggressive funds. Build out different stages here. So the idea is especially in a down market, if you're not going to need money for a long period of time, that's money that you can put away that can grow aggressively. It's not something that you're going to need right this second. Now, think of having the buckets, though.
Preach it.
The buckets, the fact is, if you got quick cash that you're going to need over the next year or two, you're in a recession, volatile market, maybe we have some of that a bit more conservative. but take advantage of the down market and the volatility that's out there. The money that you don't need, it's going aggressive.
I'm smelling what you're cooking, man.
Oh,
I love that
yeah.
there. That's the way to roll. I'll give you a bonus tip here before we go. That's like 6 things. Remember, if money gets tight.
Bet you can't do that.
I can't do it.
You can do. We need to do 10 one day. We need to do 10.
No, 10. Come on.
We'll do 9.
That's bad. You know, I'm only letting you get away with that because you're buying lunch today.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Bonus tip. If money gets tight, remember that in an HSA, you can reimburse yourself for retroactively for medical expenses, but you don't need to use the cash to actually pay for that medical expense. So if money gets tight, that's a vehicle that you can touch without paying the penalty and not worrying about anything. It's tax-free. Use it, right? Especially if you've built it up over the years there.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of that, I think it's time to eat some lunch because I bought lunch today.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's why we're kind of going a little bit quick through this because we got some good food here for us, a la Eric. And I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy the break, by the way. And if there's anything we can help you with, you know where to find us. 2023 is the year where I will be actively asking for your business. If you haven't thought of us before, or maybe we're in the back of your head, hope you just take a conscious effort to check out jazzwealth.com. And we appreciate all the support.
And jazzwealth.com/2023, you can get the list.
Oh my God.
Free download. Talks about things you could be doing with your dough in 2023.
And next, the traffic with Radio Eric over here.
I just had to throw that in. I thought that was some quick and random.
That's right. All right, man. Enjoy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.